Alright, welcome once again to this month's show on What is Your Story with Dr. Robert. Also, remember, once again, we are back. This is a program that happens every Sunday at 6 p.m. only at Romy TV Africa at Dr. Robert Osoro. So, my brother, so you say that you had started this.
Ulipiga ikaenda kwa wrong number.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Romy TV Africa. This is Newspaper Review. I'm your host, Mark Collins Ochieng, and today we are going to tackle about stories that made headlines on your local dailies. So we are going to focus on the Daily Nation and the Standard. I'm not alone. I'm joined by my two guests who are going to be my panelists. They're going to break through these stories to give you their insights and to explain to you what they try to mean. So make sure that you follow us on our social media platforms. That is Romy TV Africa, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere we are live now. So I will start with my first guest on my right, who is going to introduce himself and give you his social media pages. Welcome, sir.
Good morning. In our Monday newspaper review and politics, this is Dr. Robert. Also, remember, I'm on the set. I'm glad to be here. You can go to my social media platforms at Dr. Robert Osoro in all social media platforms. Like, subscribe, and follow us. Tell us where you're watching us from.
Yes, on my left also I have another lady here who is going to introduce herself. Please go ahead. Welcome.
I'm Chantel Nyambura. In all social media platforms, it's Oriana Chantel. We'll be appreciating to get that follow. Thank you.
Guys, welcome on the show again. It's a brand new week, so we will start with the Daily Nation. And the first story on the Daily Nation that we are going to tackle is how students were conned out of 156 million in fake college placements abroad. So I'm just going to read just one paragraph and a half of this story, and then you're going to give me your sentiments. So the story is written by Nicholas Komu. It says that at least 1,000 students were looking forward to travel abroad this month to take up professional courses at some of the world's most prestigious institutions, supposedly under an international student placement program. In a matter of time, police investigations began where a Nairobi-based college had promised the placement in university and colleges of their choice in any country, but parents have forked out hundreds of shillings each, were proud and hopeful that their children's dreams were going to be successful, only for the deal to be a fraud. So this story tends to talk about how students were going to have a scholarship program abroad. They had already started the process, and some of the parents had to sell their properties in order to facilitate this movement of students from Kenya to the institution abroad. So only for the deal to end sour, whereby it was just a scam, and according to the inquiries done by the Daily Nation, the Sunday Nation says that 180 million was collected from gullible and desperate parents, and students over the past year could have been lost in the alleged corn scheme. So it's the amount they're trying to estimate is almost 180 million, but it's not it's not the accurate figure, but that is the amount that has been lost. So guys, what is your intake? What is your take concerning this story? Because we know that even besides this, there's been other stories that have been happening undercover. Parents, they believe in education from the Western world, so they always try to take their kids to that scholarship. If someone comes with such kind of programs, parents will take them very fast without thinking twice, but only for the deal to be a scam. When I start with you, Dr. Robert Osoro, what is your take on this?
I think what I will say,
yes,
we like cheap things. However, I will not say that they're cheap things, because you see, it is good to investigate this number of colleges which are coming up.
Yeah.
Whether they are registered, which authorities are they recognized, because you realize that you have invested a lot of your money. Of course, you know, when you're working in these Western countries like in US, UK, a number of times they need to have a professional course from their colleges, from their universities.
Yes.
And that, I think, has put a number of African students or people into trouble, because you want also to match their standard. I don't know whether it's because they don't believe our standard in Kenya or in Africa of education,
yes.
But every parent wants a brighter future for their children.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the parents, they were involved. You know, when it talks about around 1,000 students.
Yes, 1,000.
Then they talk about 180 million.
Billion.
You can imagine almost every student was giving not less than 200,000 or 500,000. Let's say around 200,000.
Yes.
But someone was sitting somewhere and calculating that even if I collect 200,000, because every parent whom is promised to their kid to be taken out, and actually with only 200,000,
yes.
of course you will just work hard. And in Nairobi or in the capital city, we may see 200,000 is a small amount of money. But when you are in the village, that's when you realize that 200,000 is a lot of money. That's a whole land that you will sell in the local homes.
Yes.
I think is to my, what I can say, we must be our brother's keeper, and also we must mind on what we are getting into. We must do due diligence before we get to end deal, because most of the genuine deals, they never look like they're genuine, because it doesn't have enticing things.
Yes.
But something that which is not genuine, it will have a lot of enticement. We have this, we have this, we have this, and that's what Kenyans or the Africans want to hear.
Yes.
As I said the other time on Friday when we were talking, that you know, even politicians, even these business people,
yeah.
they tell us what we want to hear.
Yes.
But because when they tell us what we need to be told,
yes.
we are not ready to receive. I think that is what I can say.
Chantel, what is your opinion on this story?
Honestly, personally, I would say that before somebody makes a decision,
Yes.
considering something that involves two parties, you should actually look into and do your research about the organization.
Yes.
Because clearly, even though it's not said, that's kind of scamming the parents in a way.
Okay.
Because the parents have they have done their part, they've given the money that is required, but they haven't received what they were promised. That's a definition of a scam in a way. So for the parents, they should look into, before they make a decision, they should look before they leave. That's my take on it.
Yes, moving on to the second story on the Daily Nation is how two Kenyan nurses swindled Boston State out of 12 billion. So before the law caught up with them, Winnie Waruru, 42 years old, and Faith Newton, 52 years old, lived large in America. One drove a Maserati, Italian luxury brand known for its exclusive styling, and the other one was a Range Rover. As dollar millionaires, they kept their lives in private, and a few Kenyans had heard about the two nurses whose fortune seemed endless. In addition to their lavish lifestyle, they had 5 properties in the US and operated 40 bank accounts. The US government now claims that the two Kenyan swindled Boston State out of $100 million, which is equivalent to 12 billion in healthcare fraud. They are alleged to have paid kickbacks to obtain referrals and retain patients over a 5-year period. U.S. detectives watched their transactions that ran into millions of dollars for many months. So there's a story here that talks about 2 Kenyan nurses who went abroad to work in the United States of America. They were employed there to work, and then they began to live a lavish lifestyle. And most of the Kenyans who were following them, they were wondering how comes these people are living such a wealthy lifestyle. And because if you consider maybe the payment and how they live, it doesn't add up. So apparently it's being said that they were swindling money. They used to fraud money. They said that they had their own healthcare fraud where they used to tap money from there, where they used to save money from there, from the patients over a 5-year period of time. So according to the US now, their investigation authority has begun to do an investigation, but at the moment, the 2 nurses, they are arrested for swindling money. What do you have to say about this issue of swindling money? Because now it is tarnishing our name in the world so badly, because now we are being looked as people who are corrupt. We always like to loot money. We like to swindle. We are fraudsters. If I start with you, Oriana, what is your take about this story? They went there abroad for their greener pastures, but eventually the opportunity that they were given, now they've decided to use it to become fraudsters by swindling money from the United States. Looking from our country and the US, according to you, what kind of picture do you think now the US are taking as us?
Honestly, it's a negative picture, because that signifies them as thieves, and the humans have a habit of judging everyone based on an act from one person.
Yes.
So I don't think it portrays a good image for Kenyans, surely.
Yeah.
Because if somebody else, because right now people from US actually think that Kenyans don't work hard for what they get.
Yes.
All they do is scoop money or steal money from innocent people, and that's not a good image upon us, because when any other Kenyan goes into their country and maybe wants to work there, the first thing that will hit that US citizen is this person is a thief, is a thief because he's a Kenyan, and you see that kind of affects all of us in a way.
Yeah, it actually interferes with the bilateral relationship between Kenya and the United States of America.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think the picture which they're bringing to African or to Kenyans,
yes,
is a very bad picture, because now in any area that a Kenyan will be employed will be a watchover.
Yeah.
And when someone is watching over you, of course you can't lack a mistake.
Yes.
Obviously you'll be found on a mistake.
Yeah.
Because anytime someone is trying to look a mistake from you, of course a mistake will be found. So I think it's a high time to look at our values, because I think what we have lacked right now is the values, is the morals. People are ready to do anything that they can do to see that they have achieved what they want. Number one, they have painted a very bad pictures to Kenyans. Number two, they have actually even made a number of people to fear to employ Kenyans. Number three, Kenyans have known in a very bad way, as in these guys, if we bring them here, there's a name that which has been going on in Nigeria. Like everybody has been fearing Nigeria. So it seems that also will be happening in our country.
Yes.
If we are not going to change. And this is something that can be done on a personal level, because we cannot say that the government will be everywhere to do for us. This is personal involvement, personal engagements. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on to the third story is the story about Anne Waiguru, who was elected on Saturday as the chairman of Governors Council, and the plans that he has for devolution as far as governance is concerned. So this is what I'm going to read. The new Council of Governors Chairperson Anne Waiguru has committed to push for increased budgetary allocation to county government to ensure smooth running of the devolved units. The second term Kirinyaga governor, who was on Sunday named the first female chairperson of the council, in an exclusive interview with The Nation, said she will work in consultation with other governors and stakeholders to firmly negotiate for increasing this allocation 35% or more as we collaborate with the national government, deliver its manifesto to Kenyans. Ms. Waiguru also vowed to strive to ensure a harmonious working relationship between the governors and their deputies. Let me quote what she had to say. The first quote is that, to reduce conflicts between the governors and their deputies, there is need for defined roles for deputy governors while they work alongside their bosses. As it's now, some governors have figured it out to have their deputies taking up executive committee roles where they run specific departments. Others have had pre-election power sharing agreements. There is need for consultative deliberations on the issue with the aim of coming up with a uniform working formula. This is what she had to say on her vision as she takes over the office previously held by former governors Isaac Ruto Bomet, Peter Munya Meru, Josephat Nanok Turkana, and Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya Kakamega. And also considering that she's the first female chair of the Council of Governors. So, in this new term, in this new regime, they have appointed they elected a new chairman for the Council of Governors, who is Anne Waiguru. And I think one of the criteria that they used to elect her is because she was serving as the second governor. Him and Olenku, actually they were competing with Olenku, but she managed to beat Olenku.
Oh yeah, because before I thought that Olenku was the one taken. But now,
it's Waiguru. And we can see that she's advocating for the increase of 35% of the shares from national government.
The PPI that was rejected.
Yeah, of the PPI that was there, but now it's coming indirectly through this manner. So at the same time, she has been vocal about the roles of the deputy and the governor, considering in mind that last week when we were swearing in, there was a drama in Kakamega County. Remember Ayub Savula? He said very well before they went for the swearing in that they are going to appoint committees 50-50s. In terms of like the governor appoints his half, him also he appoints his half. So Waiguru has come out to say that he has advocated for that 35%. They are going to draw lines between the roles of the governor, the deputy governor, and also to ensure that there is good blood between the MCAs and the governor. Remember that there's been also this case where if the MCA does not go well with the governor, they are always impeached. What is your take about this chairman?
I think one thing that which I will say is that she has articulated very well of the things that she's going to do. Number one, when she talks about that 5% of the revenue that will be shared to the county government from the national government, that will be a very good thing that she'll be doing, remembering very well that she was in the PPI. And she knew that agenda very well. Now that she shifted to Kenya Kwanza, it is an easier way that she will be bringing in that idea to Kenya Kwanza. Actually, what I'm seeing here is that a number of things that which were rejected in PPI, they're coming back. Because when Musalia Mudavadi, allow me if I can go a bit outside.
There's no problem.
And the Wetangula, they were in PPI side. When they came to Kenya Kwanza, you see, they have just brought in, through the back door, that PPI thing because of the Prime Minister. That obviously, remember that they are going to oppose it. That's why they're working to be in the majority, to be everywhere. So that when they will be passing, because they will use through parliamentary way of passing that of Prime Minister. It might not be looking as a Prime Minister, but the cabinet secretary who is in charge of other cabinets. Number two, Anne Waiguru, since she was there, she has come back and she's talking about the 35%. I know that one will be implemented, and I know that as much as her name is not that good in the community, but you must, it's like you must do some bad things in order to be known. Like the way she has marketed herself from NYS to being impeached by the ODM and the Jubilee Motion Moja.
Yes.
She became green and white, like us know.
Yes.
And then now she came back. As much as Ingilishi she's trying to fight her, she has gotten more power now to be the chair ready. But when we talk about the deputy and the governor, it's very good that they are trying the roles of a deputy, the roles of a governor, because we have seen this happening, looking from the previous government in a Kiambu. You see what happened with the governor and the deputy. It's like your deputy is ready, like, when did you die? So I get this position. What can I do for you? Because the way when Papayao was impeached, the deputy governor was like, he got that opportunity. And since he was not re-elected back to the office, that tells you well that the relationship was not good and the people were for the governor. Only that he got that opportunity. Looking back to Kakamega, when we talk about Sifura and
Bruno Fernandes,
the Baraza, when he's like, he was saying that he can choose who to work with, not a must to be one party or to be in Azimio. He can be in Kenya Kwanza. Of course, he's already in Kenya Kwanza.
He's just a mole. He's a mole.
He's a mole. And what these people normally need is a position. Because what he needed is a position. Because he was like giving threats, I want to be a governor, so that he can be like, oh, can you be with this guy? Now, it's good to outline. If you are going to take a role of the executives and all, if you are going to, because these people is like they work with the MCS. So if they want to impeach you, the deputy governor will try to work with the MCS so that you can be impeached and the deputy can become the governor. But if they are going to outtrain you are each roles and what is they are going to do, it will be good, because when we talk about 50-50, I think that will bring a lot of problems. Because it's the governor who has the power.
The governor feels like he's the one who should be superior. Now, if you want to divide with him everything, because he's the one who appointed you maybe to become his
that's why you see even the government of Jupiter, when he said the president, the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and the former deputy president William Samoei Ruto, who is now the president, they had a lot of challenges because of that 50-50. Everyone and each they feel like they're not accommodated to it. Their people are not accommodated. That's why you see Ruto was very keen this time round. He did not talk like he's sharing with them power. No, he's overruling. He only appointed the deputy. And we respect the deputy as the officer of the deputy, but he's the one who has power. So I think
the man in charge.
The man in charge. I think Anne Waiguru can do better in that. I believe so.
Your sentiments concerning this story of Anne Waiguru? She's the one who has been now elected as the chair of the Governance Council.
Personally, as a lady, first of all, I'm happy that a woman has taken part in leadership of the government, and we all are human. So she has done mistakes in the past, but according to the way she has started, like she started taking her roles in the position, shows her seriousness and shows how that she will, in the future, will get positive feedbacks from her. So the fact that we're getting more women are participating in the government, it's actually a handful for me.
Okay. Then we are going on our last story on the Daily Nation before we take a break. Then when we come back, we'll be dwelling on the Standard. So the last story on the Daily Nation is about more by-election looms as MPs eye cabinet position. So President William Ruto is likely to cause more than 5 by-election when he unveils his cabinet. Already residents of Bungoma County are gearing up for a mini poll before the end of the year after Ford Kenya leader Moses Wetangula resigned as a senator and was later elected as the Speaker of the National Assembly. With Dr. Ruto expected to pick some of his confidants to join the executive, he will be increasing the number of by-election the electoral agency is likely to conduct by the end of this year or early 2023. Some of those leaders, what that is being alleged that they are going to be given the slots in the cabinet seats are Garissa Township MP Aden Duale, who told the nation that he did not go for the position because he is likely to be in Dr. Ruto's cabinet. Elgeyo Marakwet's Senator Kipchumba Murkomen, who served as the Senate Majority Leader before being kicked out in 2020, is also expected to resign from his seat at the Senate in Elgeyo Marakwet and join the cabinet. And then another one is Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro and his counterpart from Kandara, Alice Waome, will also resign and join the cabinet. Ladies, Dr. Robert and Chantel, what is your view concerning
I
this
think
story?
if I start from there,
Yeah.
in that area, Ruto will be wrong.
Yes.
Totally wrong.
Yes.
Because these people have already asked their people for the job, and people have trusted them, have given job, either as a senator, as a member of parliament. You see, when Moses Wetangula, because he was promised to that position, he could be left in that position, and someone else could be selected, however, from Kenya Kwanza. But we understand about the Senate. Of course, you must be one of them to be in that position.
Yeah.
It's okay. But when we talk about these cabinets, I think Ruto has some people that still can give this position. There are many people who are supporting them, many people who are not selected. Why the one that was selected? Can't he look for those people who, because as Waome, the senator for
Marakwet,
yeah,
Ndindi Nyoro,
Nyoro, those are people who are selected. So let them serve the people. Let Ruto get other people that go outside there.
Yeah. Even maybe those who lost in the elections,
seats, but still they are in his Kenya Kwanza.
Yeah.
Let him give them an opportunity.
Yes.
That is what I can do him, to give them opportunity, so that they can also feel like the support they gave him during his campaign is also appreciated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chantel, what is your view?
Actually, second that.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe I should receive what I give. So if they supported Ruto, they also have to kind of, I want to say, see the fruits that they've bred or something. I want to use that phrase.
Okay.
It's okay.
Personally, me, I also echo your sentiments, whereby I think we are just from the election. It's just a month ago, and looking at the economy is not well. We have a lot of debt. That is why even Rigathi Gachagua, when we was talking to the Daily Nation, to the Standard, he said that they refuse to give subsidy to the fuel because of the debt we are having. There's no money. So I don't think that we are again ready to go to election to incur another budget while we are trying to struggle. We are still trying to heal under this high cost of living. So I would just maybe advise the president to appoint the other people who maybe never made it to office, maybe they were not elected, or there are people who also supported them but they never vied for any political seat, because they have so many people
so we will cut down
fit
a lot
for
of
that
expenses,
position, to reduce that budget. And also, that also issue of election, now, like when you conduct election, maybe that day maybe you will not go to work. You see, now putting us on that, we want to build the economy very faster and move on with life. Yes. So guys, we are taking a short commercial break. This is the newspaper review. I'm your host, Mark Collins Ochieng. Follow me on my social media pages. That is Facebook, and at Facebook is at Mark Collins Ochieng. On Twitter and Instagram is at Collins_KE. So we will be back after the break. Thank you for watching Romy TV Africa.
Alright, welcome once again to Desmond Show on What is Your Story with Dr. Robert. Also remember, once again, we are back. This is a program that happens every Sunday at 6 p.m. only at Romy TV Africa at Dr. Robert Osoro.
So my brother, so you say that you had started this.
Ulipiga ikaenda kwa wrong number.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Romy TV Africa. This is newspaper review with me, Mark Collins Ochieng. So we are dwelling now on the Standard. We are looking at the Standard, and the first story of the Standard is government will prioritize pending bills. Treasury to create 500 billion bond, Rigathi says. So this story says this story is about an exclusive interview between KTN News and Rigathi Gachagua, the deputy president, where this is what he had to say. To start with is what when money is available, because right now there isn't money. We have inherited a 500 million debt in pending bills and we don't want to borrow money. That is why we cannot subsidize the fuel. You cannot borrow to subsidize consumption. According to the Deputy President, the Treasury will create a bond to solve the stalemate. We have discussed with the Treasury and we are looking at the possibility on how to create a bond to raise the money to pay the pending bills. If that is successful, and I am sure it will succeed, if we inject 500 billion and pay the people with the pending bills, there will be an economic stimulus intervention. Money will circulate in the economy and the ripple effect will be felt by everybody. Yesterday Gachagua was talking to the KTN News about the Standard, and they were asking him about the issue of the pending bills and why he never maybe gave subsidy to the fuel, because on their manifesto during their campaign time, they were saying, they were blaming Raila and Uhuru, saying that huyu mzee mlishindwa naye kukushauri pengine mambo ya mafuta amekushinda, sasa mimi nakuja kwenda wewe shughulikia mambo ya mafuta. So Kenyans were complaining about that, but I think that they heard what they were saying. So Gachagua responded to that and said that they cannot give subsidies to the fuel, because when they give subsidies to the fuel, it means that the cost of other products will go down in terms of consumption, but there is no money. So they've decided that there is another option they are going to do to create money that is going to have a ripple effect to the economy. So we are waiting for that, as they focus mainly on paying the 500 billion debt that the country is owing to other countries. What is your opinion concerning this story, Rihanna, sorry?
If it's something where, okay, if the decision that he has made or they have made,
yes,
will actually help with the prices, because right now actually Kenya is suffering from prices going up, not only for one product but various.
Yeah.
So if they can help with the situation, it would really help the Kenyans, because as per now, many people are actually struggling to get the amount of money required by these product companies. Like, the things are now expensive.
Yes.
Prices have risen, and it just taken us aback, and you know, Kenyans are kind of complaining, only to promise him, so if whatever he is saying will actually help with the prices, then I support it.
I think, what she's saying is very good, because yes, I know that they gave a lot of promises to Kenyans, and they know very well, not that they did not know, they knew very well. But you know, politics is about on how you pray, which games you will pray, how do you want to pray it. But again, on that note, if this is a long-term program they will have, instead of substituting and doing it, maybe the price to be decreased in terms of or in a short term, then let them go for that it will go for a shorter term, for a longer term. At least let us be patient for a shorter time, but at least we have a long-term solution that will help us in terms of the prices of the products and commodities, the way we are seeing that they're moving in a very high speed of increasement of prices. Yeah.
Now, our last story on the Standard is about Kenya Airways to resume daily direct flights to US. So the story tends to talk about the movement of the flight from Kenya Airways to United States. Players in the, let me read the story a bit. The players in the tourism industry have welcomed the news that Kenya Airways will resume daily flights on the New York route starting in December. The national carrier said a spike in forward bookings for the festive month, prompting to its decision for the flights from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. The airline had cut the flight frequency on the route to 3 per week from 5 in February after demand subsided following last year's festive season. The high demand is a positive signal that for the tourism sector, for which the US remains the largest overseas source market, accounting to 16% of 870,000 arrivals in the country last year. So the Kenya Coast Tourism Association chairman Victor Shitaka said it was exciting to have the national carrier fully play its part in economy recovery by providing seamless air connectivity between Kenya and US. America has always been one of the Kenya's top tourism source markets, Shitaka say. So the story is about the air flight between Kenya, direct from Kenya to United States and United States to Kenya. It has resumed officially, and the people who are playing a role in the tourism sector, they are glad, they are excited, because they say that Kenya always gets a lot of tourists from United States, who at least boosts our economy in terms of raising, in terms of capital, in terms of money. So what is your view about concerning this story? It's a good story, considering that right now we are plundering, we are waiting under high cost of living, but now the resumption has resumed from Kenya and the United States. Do you think it's something good that is going to help us to reduce the debt of the country?
I think that will help us in terms of reducing the debts in the country.
Yes.
Because, debts have gone high.
Yes.
Like when they were talking, the deputy president, the president, William Ruto and Gashawa, they were talking about 500 billion.
Yeah.
I think the debt bond in the central bank.
Yes.
That will be a good way of reducing the debts that we are having.
Yeah.
And as they say that we are not going to continue borrowing money, yes, we have done a number of, we appreciate the outgoing government of the of the former president of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, for what he did for us in terms of roads and power connectivity and many more that which he has done.
Yes.
But at this moment, yes, of course, as Kenyans, we have suffered because of the money that have been doing development, and we understand that through development, it's what is going to benefit us for our future children. Now let's reap from what that at least has costed us for the last 10 years.
Yes.
So at this particular moment, let's now try to invest, not to borrow more money, but to invest in terms of in things that which will help us now at least have money in the pocket. Let's have a moment of money in the pocket now from what we invested to help us, because that infrastructure and business negotiations,
yes,
will help us so much to grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your view on this story, Adriana?
Actually, I think that is good news for both countries, because in this way we'll go back to trading, people will go back to traveling, and it will benefit us financially, education-wise, because some people want to go study abroad and stuff. Some people even want the tourists to start will go back to coming to Kenya, which will also benefit us. So in a way, it is benefiting both parties, and it's actually good news for all.
Yes, guys, we are taking another short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be finalizing the politics.
Alright, welcome once again to this month's show on What is Your Story with Dr. Robert. Also remember, once again, we are back. This is a program that happens every Sunday at 6 p.m. only at Romi TV Africa at Dr. Robert Osoro.
So my brother, so you say that you had started this.
Ulipiga ikaenda kwa wrong number.
Yeah.
Alright guys, remember we had promised this morning that after the newspaper reviews, we are coming back with politics. I'm taking over from my colleague Collins Ochieng Mark, that who was reading us in newspaper review, and this time we are talking a bit of the politics, what's happening and across the world, what's happening. Remember, today we have the final day of the Queen of where?
Queen Elizabeth. I think they are burying her today.
Today is the final day. Is
Yes,
it?
yes, yes.
Yesterday they had a channel of traveling all and all. Even our president of the Republic of Kenya is already there.
Yes.
The first time ever. But after coming from that patio, he will be going to US for
Meeting Biden.
meeting Biden, and there's a meeting that which is there. But with that and so much more, go to our social media platforms. Remember, it's at Dr. Robert, also at Romi TV Africa. Like, subscribe for us, and tell us where you are watching us from this morning and what is your say about that. But let's now keep an eye on politics. There's a lot which has been happening. We might set here, as we're going to discuss, of course, we are of the same set from Oriana. in the far left also, and Mark Collins Ochieng in the middle. So we are talking about, there's a lot that from Friday has been happening over the weekend. And one of them, we saw the Deputy President and the President of the Republic of Kenya, they had their meeting in Naivasha, that's Kenya Kwanza, and also the Azimio in Machakos County. So I think these two counties have started benefiting so much. In Naivasha, that is in Nakuru. Is in Nakuru County?
Nakuru County, yes.
And also Machakos, because a number of meetings are done in Naivasha. I don't know why they normally take there, but we saw in Kenya Kwanza meeting, Moses Wetangula did not come, but many people were expecting him there and all. But later, the president said that, you know, they have to keep him aside because he's a speaker for National Assembly, so that he can be in the middle. What is your take, Mr. Collins, on that note? That the speaker was not there and the president tried to say that he wanted to keep him aside. Do you think that the Speaker of the National Assembly, Papa Waroma, Wetangula, is going to miss a lot in those meetings and all?
I think maybe Wetangula was having some role to play on, or maybe he was busy, or there was something that occurred that maybe would, because of unavoidable circumstances, that hindered him from attending the Naivasha meeting. But
no, it was not about that, because the president said that they kept him aside because they're planning of the government, and there is the speaker. He should be the speaker of the Kenya Kwanza, and the speaker of the Azimio, and the speaker of all the Kenyans. That's one of the reasons for those who are very keen that he did not be there. That means a number of meetings he will not be appearing there.
Maybe there's something, I cannot now go beyond that. I don't know, maybe there's something behind it that he happened to have skipped, and that's why the president was trying to give the reasons. That's
Ms. Oriana, do you think is the right thing that which the president is doing, trying to show being in the middle?
I mean, he has his reasons why he made that decision. So, because he hasn't showed us publicly, I honestly don't know how to address it. Because if we know the reason, maybe the speaker did something, or maybe he doesn't have a good contact with him, that's another thing. But at the point, we don't know the reason. He never said, he never addressed it.
Okay, thank you. Also, there's another thing that which is coming up, that is the parliament slots to be shared. We have the majority and the minority. We have heard severally the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, saying that we have the majority. And also we have the Azimio saying that, because we have seen from the Kenya Kwanza, they say they have 185 members of parliament. Also, when we come to Azimio, they say we have 175 and they had 165. So, which way to go? The president said that they must be realistic with the numbers and know that they are a minority. So, the Kenya Kwanza went ahead, that's the government, went ahead and appointed a number of people that were going to represent them in parliament from the minority to the deputy down the line. And also in Azimio, also they went and done of the same. Bwana Collins.
Yes.
Do you think that parliament is going to be a fight?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be. It's called the Battle of Titans, because at the moment nobody's accepting that he has the minority. All of them, they have been there in public saying that they have the majority. So it's gonna be a good battleground for in terms of the policy making, in terms of bill passing, in terms of grilling some of these cabinet secretaries, etc., etc. So I think we expect a very, very committed parliament, the National Assembly. They are going to give an incredible. They are going to give deliver a credible job, and also between the majority and the minority, we are also going to have an oversight role that is going to be played. Yes, so I think it's a good thing because of that competition, because of that issue of like pulling each other. you try to pull the string, like as we are the majority, as we are the majority. So it's something good. We expect a very, very vocal, a very vibrant, a very active 13th Parliament this time around.
Oriana.
Honestly, I can second whatever I say. I
Oh,
don't think
okay.
I have anything.
And there's something that Tucho is seeing, like, is it like Raila is retiring from politics, Kalonzo is taking over the opposition? Because we saw a number of things, it's the Kalonzo that which is leading them, like the meeting that they had. And even they requested if Raila can sit, that who was standing there. And I saw a number of people saying that Raila is going to use this Kalonzo not to go to anywhere. Some are saying that Kalonzo has gotten a very nice opportunity that now that he'll be leading the opposition team. What is your take, Mark?
I think at the moment, or for this platform, it's now time for Kalonzo to go for the opposition role, to become the opposition supremo. So maybe he will just be leading, but under maybe the guidance of Raila. He can be consulting Raila and maybe Martha Karua. But right now we expect him to be very active. We expect him to be very vibrant. We expect him now to be the leader. We expect him to be calling the meetings. If he wants to now start building his political career based on the 2027 elections where we expect him to vie. So I expect him to go for that battle without even wasting any minute or any second. So we expect him to be hosting this meeting. We expect him to be giving the direction. In case there is somewhere that he feels that maybe he has lacked some wisdom or some knowledge, he can still go and consult Raila. But we expect now Raila to resign. And the person who also can fuel that, or the person who can spice that, or the person who can catalyze that or speed up that is Kalonzo, by taking charge, making sure that he's with these leaders, they come to him, they pay him visit, he guides them, is there. If there's anything that the government has done wrong, he's the one who should be forward. He's the one who should come out very quickly, maybe to condemn, to criticize, or to congratulate, as Raila now is expected now to just resign.
Do you think, Oriana, that Raila is ready to retire?
Yeah, considering his age, yes, and the period that he has been politics and stuff, I think it's actually time for him.
And I think the way it's seen now, the morale has gone down.
Yes.
The expectations that could have given him more energy, the energy has gone down since he lost, and is in terms to accept that the government has gone because of the government has started doing their role, and they're saying that the opposition should be starting their role. But do you think that Kalonzo is going to be strong as that opposition? Because people are saying that Kalonzo, Mudavadi, they're the kind of people that were very lenient. They are not that very strong. Do you think that Kalonzo can take that strongly, just like the way Raila has been doing it before?
Yes, only if he's determined. If he's determined, if he's focused, I think he will play a very big role. The opposition will shape him up very well, and now he'll be able to take the mantle, and vie for the political seat. So it's just a matter of determination. Let him not feel reluctant. Let him be determined from the word go. Be there for the Wananchis, speak for them, meet these leaders, because even right now at the moment that you are saying Raila, people are tired. It's not only him is tired, but even the people are tired of him. Even some of those leaders, if they see him maybe cheering, they're like, maybe this guy again is going to pop out come 2027. So I think it's a good thing. Maybe let Kalonzo take charge, and Raila, let him just retire.
And also, there's, as we wind up, that this is the first time that the president has gone out of the country since he elected as the president. But we saw the deputy president, Gachagua, he had gone out before him. That's when he was coming back, and they met with Raila in airport. Of course, they went also to Mombasa for governor's election of the chairperson. Do you think that it is an opportunity at which the president has gotten this time to meet all the presidents of Africa, of the nation, in this patio of the Queen? Because I think many, almost 3/4, they are going to be there.
Yes, this is a privilege. It's an advantage for him. I can use that platform to market our country in terms of telling them the potential areas that they can come and invest on, and as far as marketing is concerned, or as far as investment is concerned. So this is a good platform to meet. Apart from just burying the Queen and bidding that paying that final tribute, it's also a platform of trying to create some networking between Kenya and other, other G8 countries, these superpower countries, and even other. Also, I know there are also leaders from Africa states, and maybe some of them they have not been in good ties with us, maybe because of the outgoing president, or they have never had that interest to have bilateral ties with Kenya. So I think this is a platform that will not only use to pay tribute to the Queen, but also to create the network between Kenya, to create that networking and bilateral relationship between Kenya and other parts of the world.
Mariana, what is your sentiment on that?
Actually support it, and yeah, I'll just repeat what you said. It's an opportunity for him to meet all the presidents and maybe make alliances with some of the countries' presidents. Sorry, it's an opportunity for him to make alliances with them and maybe build relationship between our country and other countries.
Okay, guys, remember this is a Monday newspaper review which is happening every Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. And this is Dr. Robert this morning, co-joined here on set with Colin Socheng Mark and also Oriana. We are on this set. As we come to an end, remember to go to our social media platforms, like, subscribe and follow us. Tell us where you're watching us from. Send your comments. We shall be reading them. Starting from far left, Oriana, what's your last sentiment, or what's your parting shot? And also, if you can be in a position to tell people your social media platforms where they can find you.
First, I would like to say that we need to think with about the decisions that we make, because it doesn't just affect us, but it affects people that are around us. And my social media platforms in my name in all social media platforms is Oriana Chantal. You can find me there. Thank you.
Okay, coming to the middle, thank you for your sentiments. Coming to the middle, Marco Cheng. Yes.
Mine, I would like to tell my fellow Kenyans, let us tighten our belts, because it is what it is. Life has, the cost of living has gone up, and there's nothing we can do. We are being served in a government that there's a lot of debt in terms of paying. So what I can just advise my fellow Kenyans, maybe as per now, you can decide to prioritize on the basic things. Maybe there's things that you see, maybe they are not necessary, you can decide to cut them off and ensure that at least you become someone who is cost saving. Don't just waste your money anyhowly. Try to reduce unnecessary things that might make you to wail in struggles. So I would just like I'd like to advise you to continue working hard. Brainstorm if there's any other side hustle you can do. This is the time that you can decide to do so many side hustles, so that you'll be able to cater for your needs. And continue just praying for each other, be your brother's keeper, and assist each other. May God bless you.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us this morning. Wherever you're watching us from, remember this was Newspaper Review and Politics on Monday, that are happening every Monday and Friday. But remember, Newspaper Review happens from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow us. Tell us where you're watching us from and join us. Remember, you can go to our social media platforms, like, subscribe, and follow us at Dr. Robert, also at Tron TV Africa. It was a wonderful, by the way, coming back shortly with Chat Spot on the set. So don't go away. Just stay tuned. Alright, welcome once again to Desmond Show on What Is Your Story with Dr. Robert. Also, remember, once again, we are back. This is a program that happens every Sunday at 6 p.m. only at Tron TV Africa at Dr. Robert Osoro.
So my brother, so you say that you had started this.
Ulipiga ikaenda kwa wrong number.
Yeah.